Welcome to Similar Movies Database. Today we are sharing the list of the best movies like Snow White and the Huntsman. Red Riding Hood. Young Valerie feels torn between two men. She loves Peter, but her parents intend that she marry wealthy Henry. Valerie and Peter are going to run away together, but her sister is killed by a werewolf. Before they can put their plan into action, the villagers call on the help of Father Solomon, a famous monster hunter, who warns that the beast takes human form by day. Then Valerie suspects that the werewolf is someone she loves. Alice in Wonderland. A young girl, when she first visited magical Wonderland, Alice Kingfish, is now a teenager with no memory of the place, except in her dreams. Her life takes a turn for the unexpected when, at a garden party for her finds and herself, she spots a certain white rabbit and tumbles down whole after him. Reunited with her friends, the Mad Hatter, the Chastened Cat and others, Alice learns it is her destiny to end the Red Queen's reign of terror. Robin Hood. After the death of Richard the Lion-Hearted, a skilled archer named Robin Longstride travels to Nottingham, where villagers suffer under a despotic sheriff and crippling taxation. He meets and falls in love with a spirited widow, Marion. Although she is skeptical of his motives, hoping to win her heart and save the village, Robin gathers a band of warriors to fight corruption in Nottingham, little knowing they will soon be fighting to save England itself. Stardust. To win the heart of his beloved a young man named Tristan ventures into the realm of fairies to retrieve a fallen star. What Tristan finds, however, is not a chunk of space rock, but a woman named Yvain. Yvain is in great danger, for the king's son needs her powers to secure the throne, and the Neville Witch wants to use her to achieve eternal youth and beauty. The Brothers Grimm. The Brothers Grimm, Wilhelm and Jacob, are dysfunctional shams who go from town to town putting on show that convince inhabitants they are getting rid of demons. After one such scam, a mysterious man called Cavaldi brings them to a French general who persuades them to battle the evil that has kidnapped 10 girls from a small village. During the investigation, the cynical Wilhelm and sensitive Jacob see things that point to real magic at work. The Chronicles of Narnia. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. During the World War II bombings of London, 4 English siblings are sent to a country house where they will be safe. One day Lucy finds the wardrobe, then transports her to a magical world called Narnia. After coming back, she soon returns to Narnia with her brothers, Peter and Edmund, and her sister, Susan. They join to magical lion, Aslan, as he fight against the evil White Witch, Jadis. The Lord of the Rings. The Return of the King. The culmination of nearly 10 years' work and conclusion to Peter Jackson's epic trilogy based on the timeless Tolkien classic The Lord of the Rings. The Return of the King presents the final confrontation between the forces of good and evil fighting for control of the future Middle-earth. Hobbits Frodo and Sam reach Mordor in their quest to destroy the One Ring, while Aragorns lead the forces of good against Sauron's evil army at the stone city of Minas. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. The sequel of the Golden Glide nominated and FEI award-winning The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The Two Towers follow the continuing quest of Frodo and the Fellowship to destroy the One Ring. Frodo and Sam discover they are being followed by mysterious Gollum. Aragorn the elf, Archer Legolas and Gimli the dwarf encounter the beside Rohan kingdom, whose once great king Theoden has fallen under Saruman's deadly spell. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The future of civilization rests in the fate of the One Ring, which had been lost for centuries. Powerful forces are unrelenting in their search for it, but fate has placed it in the hands of a young hobbit named Frodo Baggins, who inherits the ring and steps in the legend. A daunting task lies ahead from Frodo when he becomes the ring bearer to destroy the One Ring in the fires of the Mount Doom, where it was forged. The Tenth Kingdom. 2 centuries after Snow White and Cinderella, had their adventures, the Nine Kingdoms ready themselves for the coronation of Prince Wendell, Snow White's grandson, to the throne of the Fourth Kingdom. But an evil one's queen has freed herself from prison and turned the prince into a golden retriever. Wendell, by means of magic mirror, escapes into a hitherto unknown Tenth Kingdom and meets Virginia and her father Tony. Pursued by trolls, cops and a wolf in man's form, the three bloods back into the Nine Kingdoms and begin their adventures to restore Wendell to his human form and throne and find the magic mirror that will take Tony and Virginia back home, all the while knowing that Virginia already has a connection to the Nine Kingdoms that may prove deadly before we reach happily ever after. Are there any we missed? Let us know in the comments.